to the public out here is most people think that they're filing an extension for their income tax returns and that they will have that's an extension of time to file. That is true, but it's not an extension of time to pay. So if they still end up owing, have a tax due once they file their income tax return, they will have to pay, but they also have to pay penalties and interest associated with that um, because the IRS does not give them an extension of time to pay. So that's usually news to the people when they're filing its income tax returns, when they finally file the income tax returns, because they were thinking that, oh well, I have an extension, so I don't have to pay anything right now. So it's best to file to still pay some amount of what you think you will owe when you file the return, so that you will not be hit with additional penalties.
So is that something you help people figure out that potential, what they make? Oh, so how do they know what they possibly can owe?
Right. So that is so we work with our clients so that they understand that, you know, it's not just a blanket, hey, can you file an extension for me? We still need all of your information, or at least as much of your information as possible, so that we can put together a return for you. Um, Although it might not be filed today, we can put it together so that we can still have an idea of what you may owe. For instance, I literally just got off the phone with a client, and we were talking through some things, and he said, "Well, I need to file an extension." So I looked at it and said, "Okay, well, cool. We can file the extension, but you still need to make a payment of X amount of dollars so that so that we won't have any of those penalties."
So how do people catch up with you if they want you to do their taxes? Tell us a little bit about who you are, and then yeah, I'll let you go. I know you can come on and talk this long. You want to just give you a little tip, but tell us who you are and how to catch up with you.
Great. So I'm Marcus Dorsey. I run Dorsey CPA. We are a CPA tax firm. What that means is we have a primary focus on income tax planning. While we do file income tax returns, we prefer to sit down and talk to the client, not only about their taxes, but where they want to be with their business, and in not only just now, but also in the future. And we're not talking about this year, next year. We're talking about, 10, 20, 30 years from now. The first question I usually ask clients when they sit down with me is, you know, what's your exit strategy? So, for business owners, I ask them, what is your exit strategy? Because my goal is to make sure that we are able to get you from here to there, and whatever there looks like, in the most tax friendly manner as possible. So we put together strategies, and we talk to the client not just during tax season and when it's time to file tax returns, but we actually talk to clients about strategies and things that we can do for them, or things that are available to them and possible for them throughout the year. So it's an ongoing conversation, as opposed to a see here we're here today, and then we'll see you again next year. So we talk to the clients throughout the rest of the year about where they want to be, and as well as we're here to answer questions for them. The worst question we can ever have from a client is, so I did X, and I want to know how this is going to affect my taxes. That's never a question that we want to hear. We prefer to hear the question of, we are thinking about doing X.
All
How
right,
would this affect our taxes if we do that? That's the better question to have.
all right. So give us your contact information again, Marcus.
Okay. The phone number for the office is 404-459-4174. Once again, it's 404-459-4174. And we can be found on online at dorseycpa.com.
All right, my brother. Thanks a lot for taking the time and coming in, and hopefully you're going to come back and give us some more tips in the future.
Yes, sir. Just give me a little time to rest, and I'll be
All
right back.
right. Okay.
Have a good one.
All right. That was Marcus Dorsey. Everybody, I'm going to take another short break, and I'll be back. I'm going to bring Kevin Pride in, and we're going to chop it up about this. He's been playing with a lot of tools, so we're going to see what he's talking about.
Nearly half the adults in America have high blood pressure. But because it develops slowly over time, many don't even know they have the condition. The only way to know your blood pressure for sure is by testing it with the American Heart Association's guidelines. There are two numbers in a blood pressure reading. The top number measures systolic pressure, or the maximum pressure your heart exerts while beating. The bottom number is the diastolic pressure, which is the amount of pressure in your arteries between beats. A normal blood pressure reading is anything under 120/80. If your blood pressure is higher than that, have a conversation with your doctor. If your numbers are ever over 180/120, consult your doctor immediately. There are some things you can't change that can increase your risk for developing high blood pressure, including family history, age, and race. But it can be successfully managed through lifestyle changes and medications. To keep your blood pressure in a healthy range, eat a well-balanced diet that's low in sodium. Exercise regularly. Lose weight. Quit smoking, drink less alcohol, and manage stress. By knowing your numbers and working with your doctor, you can lower your blood pressure and lead a healthier life.
All right, I'm back. Before I bring Kevin on, I just wanted to go through a couple slides about artificial intelligence for small business. You see it. You see all these ads are just popping up everywhere. All these ads are coming at you. You can use small business intelligence or artificial intelligence for your business. But what is it? It's mimicking the human mind. Is what it's doing. Is trying to think for us. Artificial intelligence. You see all the movies out there. That's the textbook definition of it. How can we use it for our business? There's about 3 ways, and we're going to talk about a couple of them tonight. You can improve your customer service. You see these chat bots. You're communicating online. That's artificial intelligence. People are using artificial intelligence to help select the right candidates when they're trying to hire people. And what we're going to talk about tonight is building a better marketing campaigns and customer relationships. So I think that I'm going to bring Kevin in here to move this. Well, I want to bring up his pretty photo here before I bring him in. That's Brother Kevin C. Pride. Call him KC. I'm going to bring him into the stream. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, how we doing today?
Doing all right, man. I want to have this conversation with you, just about, first, I really want you to introduce who you are and tell people what your experience has been from a standpoint of marketing and digital media and things like that.
Well, I've been a marketing professional now for the last about 15 years of my career. I started out in, building websites and all that type of stuff. And from building websites and being an award-winning designer, kind of started to get more on the marketing side because you don't want to build these beautiful websites and not have anybody looking at them. So that kind of started my career in more so going into marketing, helping businesses, be able to get that traffic and convert that traffic into more and more customers. And with this just emergence of everything that's happened online over the last 10 years, especially in the business arena, developing those skills and really honing in on, social media, advertising, and all these different things that help make customers actually walk into businesses is what I've, spent the last better 10 years of my life becoming an expert in. And now with this emergence of AI that everybody's talking about all of a sudden, it's the possibilities now are just becoming endless for what we can do as far as businesses are concerned.
So, I tried to give the textbook definition of AI. If you could just 30,000-foot view, tell us what AI is. If you could do that, I don't know if that's possible.
Well, artificial intelligence is exactly what it's saying it is. It's basically a collection of all the data that we've kind of collected over the years, what's available on the internet and this type of thing. Now a computer can actually access that and speak back to you in more human terms. It's really nothing new because we've been using this type of stuff for a long time. It's just the way that we interface with it now. Now you can ask a lot more common type questions. You can speak to it in an entirely different language instead of having to understand all this different programming language that we've had to understand in the past. Now you can simply say, hey, tell me the top 10 trends on TikTok, and it will give you that list of the top 10 trends of what's happening in, different social media networks and a whole host of other things. I mean, what I have been able to accomplish with it now is nothing short of amazing, from strategies to building websites to creating graphics to, I mean, building out strategies to financial forecasting through data insights. I mean, it is truly amazing what this thing is capable of doing at this point. And we just really starting to just tap the surface of what people are going to be able to do with it. Because over the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see a major change in our world. And it's gonna hurt a lot of folks. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna hurt a lot of businesses.
Some
It's
of
gonna
this though, but you're almost making it sound like you don't. All you got to do is get these tools. You don't really need the support that people like myself and you and Bridget, who's coming on, provide. They try to make it sound like, oh, you can. I've seen things where it creates ads for you. It does create your Google ad. I mean, it's just actual. This is how it works. Let's talk about some of the tools that you've kind of played with.
Some of my favorites, I'd say, would probably be Midjourney for creating images. And now you're starting to see a big emergence of different image generation type tools and this type of thing. And then Chat GPT which is the one that has captivated everybody and has really gotten the attention of, major media outlets and this type of thing. It's made by a company, OpenAI, which actually creates all the basis for most of these AI programs that you see running now. Uh, but I mean, a lot of this type of stuff is just, it's a lot of different things we've already been using, doing like script writers and rewriters and different things like that. But what it's able to do now is able to access all this information and bring all this stuff together and really in one program, able to do just an enormous and amazing amount of things. It's ridiculous what this thing can do. If you haven't had a chance to really sit down and play with it, I definitely suggest that you start to look at it and see how you can incorporate in your business, because I promise you, this is the future.
So, but you're making it sound like we don't need strategy anymore. You just get this tool, plug it in, and start asking it questions, and it develops everything we need.
And I think that's the big misconception of most people now. A lot of folks are scared of it because of what it can do, and a lot of folks is like, "Wow, I can, do all these new things." But if you didn't know what you were doing in the first place, you're still not going to know what you're doing using these tools. For the people that's in marketing, the people that build websites, the people that do ads, the people that write copy, it's given us the ability to do this stuff 100 times faster than what we used to be able to do. But if you were not doing this in the first place, it's still not going to be your arena that you're going to be able to jump into. The program is an excellent program. It does some amazing things, but in the same breath, it's not always correct. Some of the information that you're going to get is not always going to be the right answer. So some of the code that I've been able to develop through using things like Chat GPT had errors in the code. So you still have to have a certain level of knowledge yourself to understand how to interact with it, understand, when I'm getting the right answer and when I'm not. And understanding the actual prompts and what you need to ask it to get the information is really another major thing in it, because I spent at least 10-15 hours just understanding how to prompt the thing to get the information that I wanted out of it. So even though it is amazing, it has a super knowledge base, is super fast, you still have to know your own skills that you're using to actually interact with it. For instance, a lot of people and a lot of bloggers are so excited about it because you can literally get an idea and write an article within 5 seconds. But what the other part people don't know is, especially for folks that's trying to use this stuff for SEO, Google knows that these AI things exist. So Google has already put in AI generators or their own AI detectors, and they know when these articles have been written by AI, and they're not going to rank those articles. So you still have to have some type of human form. It's great at giving you some ideas. It's great at, kind of aiding you in a lot of different places. It's great at proofreading these articles, but it still requires a lot of you to be successful when it comes to, article writing, content writing. If you don't understand how to build a website, you won't understand how to tell it to build your website. If you don't understand code, you won't understand how to tell it to write you code. So you still have to have that level of understanding. You still need a professional that knows what they're doing. The thing for professionals is just making our job that much easier and making us that much more productive and faster at what we are able to accomplish.
I was going to go to break before I brought Miss Bridget in, but since we keep talking about copyright and content and professionals, I'm going to go ahead and add her to the how you doing today?
Hey, how are you doing?
All right. So, kind of following up on what Kevin was saying, Bridget, Bridget, introduce yourself, tell people what you do, and then I can start asking you questions.
Absolutely. So my name is Bridget. I'm the owner of Design Show. We're an advertising and communications firm. We specialize in healthcare, which is why AI is especially important, when you're talking to patients, because it's that human to human contact. But I've been in marketing since 2008, and here we are way in 2023. I've been in healthcare for about 22 years, and we focus on government contracting and organizations.
All right. So following on what Kevin was saying, I know you as a content creator. All right, you create content, and Kevin's talking about you can just use this AI now and create your own content. But how do you view this? Have you been playing with these tools? What do you think about it?
Absolutely. Before GPT became like this overnight success that everybody started using, we were actually using software called Jasper AI.
Yeah.
And it's where we help to generate like paragraphs or bios for clients. And so as we start to use GPT more, we actually move from that platform to GPT, and then others like Beautiful AI, where it helps you create presentations. So those are the tools that we start to use. And kind of, like Kevin, it's like there's an AI for everything now, even like photography and headshots. So I know to us it's really exciting because now we're starting to incorporate in our project management system like Notion AI, where when you're creating like SOPs and the different tasks that execute a project, now the AI will write out the whole complete task. So it's really like Kevin said, has cut down time, like hours of time off of ours.
The professionals that know how to use it, is it going to cut down time for the average business owner? How are they going to? How do they engage? I mean, Kevin too. I mean, how does
I feel like the average businesses are engaging it to use for social media, because that seems like that's always a sore spot for them of not knowing what to post. As you all probably know, that's like the number one question that they ask. So as far as the clients that I've talked to, they use it for like, what do I put in a caption, or schedule me a 30-day social media post. But what I tell them, like we're discussing here, it's like a child, and it has a little bit of machine learning with the AI as well. So if you're logging into your GPT and you're asking it consistent questions, and you ask it about something you did a week ago, it's going to remember what you asked and then compound on top of that, which makes it amazing. So that's how my clients are using it.
Kevin, what about your?
One of the biggest things is training the model to work for you. Like what I've been able to do is take so many different articles, so many different things that I've written personally, and then get it to act as me. So now when I type in stuff, I say act as KC, and it will write stuff that sounds just like something I would write. The other thing is being able to do that data training, putting enough data into this thing, putting all your data sets together. And that's literally taking a spreadsheet saying, these are the title of the post, these are the captions, and giving it enough data for it to understand you, and then giving it enough context for it to understand your business. And then it will start to spit out stuff and kick out stuff that's going to be relevant to exactly what it is that you do. But yet and still, even with all these different tools, even with all the knowledge that this thing has, the main thing I think businesses can use it for right this second is those chatbot interactions. It is excellent for that, because when customers come to your website, They need questions answered about your business. They need, someone that seem helpful or seem like a human is talking to them. It's excellent for being a chat bot. But when it actually comes to doing the marketing for your business and this type of stuff, it's a lot of training that has to go in it for it to be specific for your business. But I think one of the things that it really shines for novice business owners is that idea generation process. It can give you ideas like you would not believe. What to write about for Capbuilder's talk show, or what to post this week on my social media. What's the top trending things in social media and this type of stuff. Those type of ideas that it can give you is invaluable because of the data that it can actually go source and look at and see what's been successful.
So you have to actually train it first before it really starts working for you. Is that what I'm hearing?
Definitely. You can, when you first get started, and when I first got started, you can say, hey, write me an article on the future of marketing, and it will spit out an article like you would not believe. It's not going to sound like you. It will sound like computer generated content, and it'll be a lot of, great research content. But at the end of the day, it won't be specific to what you do. So if you don't understand how to give it the proper context and tell it, look, I'm a marketing professional. I've been doing this for 15 years. Here's my bio. This is what I sound like. This is the tone I would like it written in, and this type of stuff. Once you are able to kind of interact with it on that level, give it enough stuff that you've actually done yourself, then it can start kicking out some content that'll be a lot more relevant to you. But once again, let me warn you that these different search engines, they already know this program exists. They know exactly how it operates, and they have detectors that knows when the AI is writing this content. So once again, it is great for the idea. It's great to insert some paragraphs here and there, but you still want to make sure that a lot of this stuff is still coming out of your own mind, so that when you put this stuff on your website thinking it's going to help you boost your SEO, that you'll actually get some actual benefit from it. Because if it's a complete AI generated article, Google will not rank it whatsoever.
So Bridget, how are you helping your customers use these products? Are you using them and you don't tell your customers you're using them? How does that work?
Well, they actually like if I use before I can even tell them, they ask me if I'm using them. But we've used them for like brochures, and like I said, in this industry with healthcare, it's like you're speaking to the patient. So like Kevin said, you have to make sure you have your personality, your tone, and your voice, that you inject that into the copy so that it can actually engage with your client, because you still need that engagement. Because like you said, if you just, generate this GPT chat text, it's just text. That's all it really is. It's not really connecting with that person. So we've used it for websites, of course, blog articles, and it's really helped us as far as writing for physicians, because that's probably been like the hardest kind of, articles. They're very, very particular about the way they write as far as how they want to present what they do. So that's probably been the most advantageous for us, the physician articles.
So when you just said build a website, so I could say Chat GPT, build me a website for selling tennis shoes, and it'll build it?
Like you would not believe.
The way that I use it,
it'll do it in 5 seconds, literally. But this is the key. What code do you want this website built in? How do you want your pages laid out? What width do you want this website built in? That's the reason why you still need professionals that understand web design and understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Because what ends up happening is I can say, write me a landing page for a webinar about AI, and it will write you a bland page. But once I get very specific, I give it all the technical requirements, write it in HTML, make sure that you write the CSS to go along with it. I want, full width pages. I want big hero images at 1920. Once you're able to give it that information, it'll get you exactly what you want.
Well, I guess the question is that I see people doing photographs now, take pictures of themselves and stuff like that. It's that much? I mean,
it is the things that you can do with it. I think the biggest one that's out now, Midjourney, and most of them exist off what's called DALL-E 2, and that's built by the same people that did Chat GPT. But with Midjourney, I mean, you go in, you put your prompts in, imagine, and whatever you put behind it, it'll start to create images. I've seen some amazing things. I have not been able to produce those type of images yet. But the more descriptive you are, the more you understand photography, you understand the styles of photography. When you are able to speak to it in professional terms, it will kick out exactly what you ask it for.
So when you say you know what? I was only gonna do a 30-minute show, and if I keep asking questions, we're gonna be here for quite a while. But as a
It's enough
photographer,
information to be here for a while.
Yeah.
so you're saying basically, as a photographer, I could tell it the kind of picture I want, and because I know specifics of photography, I could tell it about how I want the picture to look, and it will create the picture.
You know the language.
Really?
Exactly. The more specific you can be about the composition, about the lighting, about the style, about the resolution, the more specific you can be, you will get images that look like me and you. If you can't be specific like that, a lot of your images are going to come out kind of cartoonish looking.
Wow.
But I mean, the more specific that you are, because you got to understand at the end of the day, you're talking to a computer. Instead of having to actually talk code to it, now you can speak regular language. But from a million different possibilities, it's trying to bring together what it thinks you want. So the more specific you are with that request, the more specific it's going to be with the image that it creates for you.
I mean, you're almost talking like Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, I'm talking about Lost in Space, talking about the Terminator, So all this stuff is coming true?
It
Think
is.
about it like this. I grew up watching the Jetsons. And so they
Right.
kind of tell you how old I am. And they were looking at, they had the video phones.
Right.
And now that's not even amazing to us anymore. That's every day to us. My kids call me all the time on FaceTime. I hate it. But that's the world that you're living in. And AI now is literally, you looking at Iron Man, you looking at iRobot and this type of stuff. In the next 5 years, you're gonna see it. If you hadn't looked at the Tesla bot and what Elon Musk is doing, I mean that the stuff is amazing. The robots are lifelike, and they are using the same AI generators that we're using to produce content and stuff. They're using it to produce logical stuff. And the next thing is what they're calling AGI, artificial general intelligence. Now the thing has its own logic. It can think for itself. It can learn even more from itself. It can correct itself. So within the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to exactly see what everybody's so scared of.
Wow.
Mhm.
So I
It's
tell
that
you guys what.
machine
Go
learning
ahead.
part.
Go ahead, Bridget.
No, it's that machine learning part of AI because it's both of those put together. That memorization, because the AI is if this, then that. But then if it remembers if this, then that, and that's why I think will make it dangerous for sure.
Wow. So,
And
Bridget, I'll let
machine
you
learning
go.
is nothing new. It's the reason why Siri pops up and tells you at certain times of the day, text this person, or it'll show you different things because it knows what you do every day. So that's all machine learning is: understanding your habits, understanding what
That's why I'm
you
an Android user. I use that series. She looks
look for.
I'm sticking with my Google. I see Siri doing some stuff I don't think she should be doing. All right. But so I tell you what, I said I was going to keep you guys 30 minutes. So Kevin, tell us who you are, how to catch up with you, and your pearl of wisdom to let people know. How should people be approaching it from your standpoint? How should they approach this AI?
I would say engage someone that's a professional. And if it's something that you want to do for yourself, or if it's something that you want to get into, understand what it is that you're looking for going forward. If it's, copy that you want written, if it's programs that you want to write, just understand what it exactly you want the outcome to be. Because the more specific in the outcome that you are, the closer that you're going to get to it. If you're actually trying to use this for your business, get with someone, even if you don't want to be with this person long term, or if you don't think, hey, I need a marketing person, get with someone that understands it first, that can actually give you a walkthrough or show you how to actually use it. It's worth paying for a consultation to understand how to use this thing for your business, for you to be profitable. Because trying to do it on your own, you're going to spend several hours making up different tests and playing with it and this type of stuff, and probably not get what you're looking for. But sitting down with someone like myself, or sitting down with someone like Bridget that's been using this, that we truly understand how this thing works and how it can work for you, is valuable for you.
So how do they catch up to you?
You can just go to my website, kevincpride.com. That's the easiest way to find out a lot more about me, what I can do for you, as well as get in contact with me. Just go to kevincpride.com, send a message to me through the little form at the bottom of the site, and I'd be more than happy to sit down and talk to you and give you a free 15-minute consultation.
So do I have to deal with a chat bot when I come to your site?
I know you no chat bots just yet. I'm just right this second. It's very straightforward. Give me your name, give me your number, and I will be in contact with you in 24 hours. And I promise it'll be me and not a robot.
Bridget, what about you? What's your take on it? What do you advise business owners to do, and how do they catch up with you?
Yeah, so to catch up with me, you can go to my website, designshowmarketing.com, or most important, I'm always on LinkedIn. And actually, I'm going to start giving out GPT prompts or AI prompts to help clients with knowing what verbiage to put into their AI in order to get out, like Kevin say, the outcomes that they're looking for, to write a mission statement or something small like that, start off so they can learn it. And just like any platform, you have to live in it. So, sometimes they'll jump from here to there, and not really, learn the platform, watch the videos, speak with the customer support. And also, GPT is free, but there's a lot of paid ones, which are like way better that I don't think people know about. So, check those out as well. But yeah, just, it's like anything, you just have to learn about it, but it's definitely here. And there's also a sector of people who don't know about it, which I'm finding out as well. So we're just really trying to spread the word about it.
Yeah, before I let both of you go, you guys got any events or anything coming up in the near future you want to invite people to or anything like that? I'll publicize it later. I just want to give you the opportunity to speak now.
I don't have any.
You can definitely check out the #1 rated business show at 2 p.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays. We always got great guests on. We got, great entrepreneurs on talking about their story and talking about a lot of things that they're going through and telling us all about their businesses and their journey, as well as we got a webinar coming up pretty soon with talking about AI and the future of marketing and what you're going to be able to do and how we can possibly help you do a lot of things better, a lot more efficient, and a lot faster. So I will be sending out information, if you will, sir, send it out to your powerful email list. So your audience also had an opportunity to be a part of this webinar, because for a lot of people, like Bridget just stated, had not heard about this yet. It's something that if you have not looked at this and you have not started to adopt it, you need to, because it's either you're going to get with the future or the future going to take you over, one or the other. So we're trying to prepare a lot of businesses, because the thing that upsets me most, it seems like our community is always last to adopt technology. And we definitely are trying to change that and help a lot of Black business owners understand how to adapt this technology into their businesses and how to be successful with it.
Outstanding. So, so you're saying basically both of you are saying this is a game changer. If you don't do it,
absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I'm not even telling you this is a game changer. I'm telling you the game has changed. It's not going nowhere. Like, seriously. And this is about to take over a lot of different industries. And if you do not adopt this now and learn this stuff now, you will be shut out of the future. I even tell that to my children.
You just like how COVID made everything goes 10 times, and that was just in 2020 that marketing superseded like that. Now here's another, like the intervals are getting closer and closer as to how fast things are moving. Like it's content. It's not like let's get together and brainstorm, let's write this out. The other person's put out 3 videos and 2 social media posts. So it's that fast.
Yeah. All right. I want to thank both of you for coming out. 30 minutes. We may come back and do another show, because I think a lot of people are going to have questions about this AI stuff. I learned tonight, and I've been studying. I still don't know what you guys talk about. And I'm an IT person, so I can't imagine a business owner understanding the nature of how to really make this work for their business. So thanks both of you for coming out. I'll have you guys back, and send me your information. I'll make sure we get it out to my people so they can use you to help them navigate all of this. But thanks a lot, people. And I'm going to close the show out, and I'll see you both again probably tomorrow. All right. All right. Take it easy.
All right.
Welcome to the Capbuilder Talk Radio Show with your host, small business expert, Marc Parham. Real talk with real people, talking about real issues facing small business and our community today. Join us every Monday evening starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To be a guest or for more information, go to capbuildertalk.com. Post comments on facebook.com/Capbuilder Network. Enjoy the show.